Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I have a video regarding birdhouses and specifically cleaning out birdhouses. I have a fair amount around my property, and I did notice the last couple days and noticed today some birds gathering sticks and hay, and it just popped into my mind they're probably starting to build a nest for the spring. So to clear out the old and to provide them room for the new, came to my mind, and also the fact that it's fairly decent from a weather standpoint. So I figured I'd take care of that today and bring you along to show you what I do. Hope you enjoy it. For tools, what I've learned is to bring along, I have here just a putty knife. That's to get the crud and anything that's caked on the floor of the birdhouse, get that out. I got this fork kind of thing, cultivator, to pull out the big bulky nest if it's there. A pair of pliers, some of the birdhouses I have some wire holding the top or sides down. And then Phillips and flat edge screwdriver. Some I have some screws in there. I actually got to bring a couple screws along with me too, but generally best not to go anywhere without screwdrivers. You never know how you could use them. And then a bucket, so I'll throw all that in the bucket and bring that along. As you can tell, I'm not using my choice tools here. I mean, these are just as good as any other ones, but all right, let's bring them along and get to work. Here we have these sparrows. Now there's a name for this type of nesting thing. It's a ceramic hanging on the side of, in this case, my garage. I don't clean that one out. The birds are in the year round, and they seem to do just fine doing it themselves. I have a second one of these that I took off the other side of the garage, and I have it back in the field. We'll take a look at it. No one's been using it, so maybe it's just placed wrong, but this one seems fine. Now I did notice birds coming in and out of these over the last couple days. Actually, I just saw one 5 minutes ago come in and out of one of these. It could have been this one. And birds use birdhouses year round. Now in the wintertime, they use just for shelter, place to rest, keep away from predators. The other thing to be on the lookout for when you're cleaning out your birdhouse are other critters. I've run across mice. There's a couple houses that the mice tend to like. When I get to them, I'll point them out because chances are there'll be a mouse inside. But anything's possible on any one of these. So this one, same type of thing. You have this little oofa thing here. This should just pull right out. Oh, dang. Open it up, and you can see this one's pretty full. So again, let's get the cultivator. You can see it has the feathers, a ton of hay. I think, pulling it a lot from my barn. Look at that. It comes out in one fell swoop. So whatever bird's going to occupy this one will be happy, because not only is it nice and spacious, but it's one of the newer ones. This is probably a year old. This one, again, I think this is Tractor Supply, and I think it might be made out of cedar. But anyway, it works pretty well. All right, on to the next one, which is an old-timer birdhouse. All right, so this is one that's been around for a while. It was here when I bought the property. The birds like it, so I keep it. And you might look at it and say, throw that thing out, get rid of it. But you know, the roof is all shot. It's not the best from a weather tight standpoint. I had to reconstruct the back a couple times because they tend to wear out. But if you're a bird and your options are to have a nest in a tree someplace exposed to the elements 24/7, or to have something like this, a little bit of a shelter, keep you free from the wind, the rain, sun, you'd take this birdhouse all day, right? So this one, I'm keeping it, but it's a little bit of a pain to get to because we have these hooks that, you know, start here, but they run all the way across, and you could see it has like a cotter pin connected. And if I remember correctly, what I try to do is just take out this bottom one and then hinge it up to get it out. So if I'm able to do that, we're good. So let's see if okay, we need the pliers on that one. So we get my trusty pliers. Pull it out, put it in the bucket. If I lose that, I won't be happy. And let's pull this pin, shimmy that, just put it on the top for now. Open this puppy up, and what do we got? Oh, look at that. Huh, it's already cleared out, or no one used it. Maybe they finally figured that it's too old. All right, so we're gonna close this one back up and see what we got. Now, the other thought that comes to my mind is birdhouses, or birds, are interesting because certain birds like a certain type of house. So when you look around and you see different type of birdhouses, it's because they cater to specific birds. And a couple things that matter are the hole here to get in. You know, the bigger the hole, I imagine the bigger the bird. But there's a magic to that hole. And I think, you know, for bluebirds, I think it's a 1 inch, maybe 1 1/4 hole. And the bigger the hole, you know, your smaller birds will feel exposed because predators can get in, whether it be even a squirrel, a snake. Well, snakes can get in any size, but and then even the design. So this one is pretty big. It will allow for a lot of room. But some of the houses I have down here, much smaller. And when we get to them, we'll take a look at that. So let me put this cotter pin back and we'll move on. Okay, another Tractor Supply special here. Okay, open that up. There we go. Not too much stuff in there. This should be an easy for in and out. See that? Done. Leave that there. Close it up. Put this back. On to the next one. Next one, same type of thing. I don't know if they had a special at Tractor Supply, but it seemed to get a lot. Oof. All right, need the pliers. See what we got inside. It's always a all right, so this one you could see a lot more. Okay, as I move along, I'm gonna run across some birdhouses that I just don't have the the energy or the patience right now to go after. I mean, it's a nice day and all, not that bad, but with the snow melting and, you know, I have holes in my boots that is letting the water in, and it's not the worst thing, but just not that enjoyable. And then I have, you know, birdhouses like this one that, again, another old timer. I don't even know what the heck this is. It looks like an art project of some kind, but this is just a pain in the butt to open up. It opens from the top, so you have this kind of like a metal, looks like a refabricated sifter of some sort. And I got the screw there, I undo, I got the other screw there, they're usually rusted. I got to take it out. I mean, inside it looks like there's some stuff, but I'm going to leave that one alone. I have this one here, which is on its last leg. Each time I go to do this one, I end up having to reconstruct it some way. So, you know, I'll leave that. And then I have a few. I got two here. This one, which is a tag sale find. Somebody made it, and I think the way we undo this is through the top. But the manual screwdriver I have would be able to take care of it, but I just don't have the wherewithal right now to do that. And then this one here I got at the same tag sale, a little smaller birdhouse, and this one has twigs in it as well. And you can see, you know, I mentioned earlier about the type of house. So this one is real small hole. You notice the twigs. I think that's maybe like a finch, or, you know, a small bird. They tend to do that. I got another one down the way we'll take a look at. But this was another tag sale find, and I think if you can see that, it says Tyler. So Tyler, whoever made that one, thank you. All right, let's move on. All right, so here we have one. It's a little unique. It doesn't have your traditional hole in the birdhouse. It has that slot up top, and you notice the sticks and the twigs. So again, it attracts a different type of bird. I think, you know, we just have this little hook to undo here. We open it up, and we'll pull the twigs out. And this is kind of interesting because it's not as big as you think it is, you know. So as I pull all this crud out, okay, we see the bottom has these blocks. I didn't put those blocks in. I don't know if the house came that way or what. This one gets used every year, and you can see by the type of material they're using, those fine small twigs, and then the smaller twigs here for the actual nesting area. Okay, let's close this guy up. I gotta clear that out. Doesn't want to close with all that crud in there. Close it up. All right, on to the next. Okay, this next house here, as we look at it, I'm kind of curious based on all that looks like it's coming out. Now, in past years, I didn't have birds using this, and I've often thought, well, maybe it's because, you know, it's close to the rocks here, and I live in rattlesnake country, so we have the eastern timber rattlesnake that is an endangered species, but you know, they'll climb on these rocks and they'll think nothing of going up inside this house and eating a bird or the eggs. So I often wondered if that is the reason birds weren't here. But I'm wondering now, is there a mouse or mice in there? So let me pause this for a moment, get my tools ready, and see what we got. Alright, I loosened up the wire, have the cultivator in my hand. Let's see what we got. Come on. See, these wires are a pain. Do we see anything? Alright, let's see what we got. We're gonna take it slow, because what they do, if it is a mouse, they like to burrow and try to hide. Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, I don't know, hopefully you've seen it. Or maybe another critter in there. We'll see. Oh, there we go. So, I mean, it's a warm day out. I mean, that's part of the reason why I do this on a warm day, so that if there are any critters nesting, they at least have the warmth of the day to find a new home. So let me get rid of this guy. Oh, a few of them jumped out. I mean, if there were baby mice in here, it'd be a different story. That's 3 or 4 of them so far. Okay, they're all out. Now, I mean, I cleaned it out. The mice ran away. I don't know if they'll be back. I mean, I'm not going to check. I mean, if they come back and rebuild, more power to them. Like I said, they may fall victim to the snake in the spring and summertime. But all right, let me get this one back together, and let's move on. All right, so here's that other one, the ceramic house. Now, I moved this because where it was on my garage, every time I walked into my garage door, it would spook the birds, and the birds would come flying out, and it startles you as you're walking in and out of that door. So when the time was right, I took it off of there, I moved it here. But since it's been a few seasons, no one's using it. And I gotta think it's because of the placement. You know, I have it in a spot where, you know, a predator could climb up and go after it. Maybe this year I'll move it. But it's, you know, one of the things on the long list of items that you usually never get to. All right, let's move on. All right, this next one is a homemade special. I had some scrap wood, and it's not pretty, but it serves its purpose. You can see, you know, with the wire in the holes, I don't even know if there's anything inside, but I'll open it up and see what we got. All right, so I loosened up that wire. Jeez, this thing's about to give way. I really can't see because of the lighting, but doesn't look like there's anything in there. Look like some acorn shells, so my guess is a mouse was taking up residence there. All right, this one is gonna have some problems. So I brought along some wire also. Added that to the bucket. So I think what I'll do is take some wire and just fasten these two pieces together. Real rough construction here, but again, if you had the choice between this and living out in a tree, you may choose this one. All right, let me get to work. All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. That's all I'm going to do today. I left a lot of the parts out, a lot of walking, and you know, going through the snow. It's about, I don't know, maybe about a foot deep, so not that pleasant. But anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. I try to provide something that is kind of entertaining to see someone else do something that you're doing, and maybe you learn a little bit along the way. So thank you again for tuning in, and until next time, hope you have a great day. Bye.